Peace and what up, though? My name is Amani, aka Veteran Young Guy, and I make these videos to motivate, inspire, wherever you may be in your fitness journey, whether you're a vet or you're just starting. Hope that I can be of a source for you. But we back with a pull day, and this is pull and legs. So starting off with my fave, the weighted pull-ups. I've been out the gym for the last 2 weeks due to a injury that happened not in the gym, but this was a injury that I got at a job that I used to work, and it's one of those that's never going away. So it flared up, and I just got to do a little better at doing my rehab exercises more frequently to prevent that. So I had to take the last couple weeks off, so that's why I didn't post nothing last week. But we back in here this Sunday, and I was missing it so much. But like I said, we back. That first joint there was, we did 3 sets of pull-ups. You seen the first set. The second set, I drop set it, which all I did was just took the weight off and got back up there, did a few more pull-ups till I couldn't do anymore. Then on the third set, I dropped the weight by almost half, did as many as I could, and basically did a double drop set. I took the weight off, did more pull-ups, and then went to another machine and did one other exercise. Then after that, we came over here to this seated low row. Now, this I did 2 sets of, and the first set is, with this handle here, and I dropped the weight, as you've seen, as soon as I went to failure with what was on there, and got back down to get some more. And on this drop set here, I'm focusing even more than I already do, but focusing even more on that squeeze there at the top of the movement and getting a good stretch there at the bottom and slowing that negative down even more so. So that was the drop set. Now, that was one. The other set was this here. I just did some single arm joints on here. For the sake of time, I'm not going to show you both arms, but so I'm only showing you one. Of course, I did the other. Just gonna have to take my word on that. But we did both arms like this, getting a good stretch there at the bottom and getting a good contraction there on the pull back, and just making sure I'm feeling everything. Good muscle mind connection will beat a lot of weight any day. So we did this here, and I drop set it this also. Once I got done with this, I got up. Okay, I did record it. Yeah. So as soon as I finished both arms doing that, I jumped up, sat right back down, and increased the weight a little bit because now I'm using both arms. And here, as you can see, same principle. Nice slow stretch, slow negative, getting a good stretch at the bottom and getting that good young contraction there on the pullback. And we only did 1 set of this and 1 set of the other rows that you're seeing. So it was just, 2 double drop sets basically. And that's it for the back, for that part. Now we jump into the legs. And now I haven't did legs like this in a while. If you've seen any of my other videos, I mainly do sled pushes and wall sits and stuff like that. And multiple reasons, but one of the main reasons is that my hips are a bit compromised. My hips don't sit even. They kind of slant a little bit. So squatting, repetitive squatting motions and stuff like that can irritate my hips and make it flare up. And, so I haven't done leg press and angle leg press here in years. It's been a few years since I did them. So that's why I kept the weight, pretty light. And I did superset it. So you can see I'm still set up over there. But after I did that first set, I came right over here to this bicep curl machine and a drop, yeah, superset. Because yeah, I did that in between the sets while I was, resting my legs. And if we came over here, getting a good strong contraction, good squeeze at the top, slow negative. That's a principle on everything. One of the bodybuilding principles is that, good squeezing, slow negatives, muscle mind connection, making sure you're feeling that muscle working. Right after we, went to failure there, got right up and did some barbell drags. And these are very simple. You're just keeping the bar straight up against your torso and pulling your, elbows back and getting that bar up as high as you can, getting a good squeeze in the biceps there. Now that was the superset that I did with the angled leg press. I did 3 sets of angled leg pressing. Like I say, just introducing myself back to that movement to see how my hips respond and everything to it. You don't want to be doing nothing in the gym that's gonna hurt you just because of, ego or because of what everybody else doing. You got to do what work for you and make it work. So after, I finished up on the leg press, came over here to the lying hamstring curl. And again, this has been probably a few years since I've done this too. Got a little issue with my knee, and none of this stuff that, like I said, is messing with me happened in the gym. This is stuff that happened off the out of the gym at a stupid job or something. Don't let them kick your ass either. Whole nother topic for another day. But did that lying hamstring curl, and we supersetted that with this here. Now this is what I've been doing this for my shoulder. This is one of the exercises I did for my rehab, and this is how I got my shoulder back better over the last couple of weeks, doing this motion here. But I've been doing it at home and stuff with bands and things like that. But I'm going to be doing these, like I say, more often for shoulder health and keeping them shoulders protected. Now, to save you time, I'm just showing you one arm. So, I did both arms doing that. And then I did turn around and did this as well. And this is just another angle, but, still hitting that rear delt. And these are, like rehab exercises. Help strengthening all those little intricate muscles that's in the shoulder, in the back of the shoulder there. So we did 2 sets of that over there. Did 2 sets of the angled leg press as well. And after that, finished off legs with this seated quad extension. And yeah, this would pretty much finish up my legs. Haven't did these in a while either. It's good to switch it up. Like I say, I'm testing my body right now just to make sure that I could do these things without any pain. But as soon as I got up from there, just knocked out some slow body weight squats, holding it that down position for a couple seconds and keeping all the tension. I'm not coming all the way up. Tension is still on the quads when I'm coming back up to the top, but I'm stopping slightly of, locking my knees out. As you can see, like I'm had to limp over to the camera, but took that to failure, and you don't need much after doing that. After that, this move right here is for the hip flexors. Some other stuff I've been doing for my hips too, like say trying to get them back strong, because that's part of the issue. Did both legs on here, but I'm only showing one for the sake of time. But I did both sides. I did 2 sets of this, and on the second set I stepped up on a not a ladder, but I elevated myself so that my foot could come all the way down, unlike it did in that first set. We did 2 sets of that go on both legs, working on hip flexors. And I also been doing something called clamshells too, and those help with strengthening the hips. You gotta strengthen those hips, them little small muscles, especially up over 40 like I am. But after that, I just ended it with some low back extensions here. I really don't use weight too much. And I did 2 sets of those, but ended it with those low back extensions, and that's it for the workout. So, if you got any questions about anything, shit, drop it down in that comment. I'd be glad to answer them and help y'all out as much as I can. But again, I'm just posting this stuff, showing you what I'm doing, and like I say, hope it could be of use to you at whatever level you at. But till the next time, peace.